Okay, a tree should not be closer than 25 feet to its foundation. The roots can grow in and push the building around. The roots can grow in and rob your foundation of moisture. We're supposed to have an even, consistent amount of moisture around the foundation perimeter, and a crawl space cannot be dry enough. So the roots in the crawl space absorbing the moisture, I don't know, but they do move. They move pipes, they move walls. Okay, they're just not supposed to be so close. And I don't want to get stuck in the weeds discussing this tree for what reasons, but that's our first deficiency starting off here. Then moving on along. Okay, now if we look over here, this is our like a formal dining area, and we got a little bit of separation between the brick and the window frame right there. And if you look behind this ivy, we'll see some cracks in the brickwork behind there as well. And the ivy's holding that. That's conducive to wood destroying insects. The ivy is, the crack in the ivy is. It's conducive to wood destroying insects. It's the roots from the ivy will grow into the mortar. The mortar is porous. And because we do not have a kick-out flashing up here, so you can see how the wood's all rotting around there, and you can see how water's been collecting and coming down here through the freeze joints and coming down and feeding your ivy. So, but that's going to destroy your walls. It's going to destroy your structure. Where do termites live? In the ground. Yeah. What do they eat? Dead wood. Uh-huh. Well, what's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house? Yes, that's what it is. That's conducive to wood destroying insects. It's called a clue. Okay, we got some separation in our window frames here. This is the sitting area. I think they might have moved a wall inside of there. I'm not sure. We got some cracks right in here. We got some cracks. These receptacles right here, I'm not sure about the other ones. These receptacles are not GFCI protected. This one's not labeled as being so, but this one is a GFCI receptacle, and it would not trip when tested electrically. In fact, it won't even trip when tested mechanically. Okay, and then also these are old school weather covers, and they're still okay in some applications, but when they're exposed to the weather like this, we now expect to see in-use covers. They're kind of like little bubble covers. And so we need some in-use covers there so you can plug your Christmas lights in and then still close it and it'll still be watertight. We got our steps, we got our garage. Doorbells are beyond the scope of this inspection. We've got some drill holes on the patio, on the porch, okay? Drill holes tell us that this house has been treated at one time in the past for wood destroying, for termites, for subterranean termites. It was treated for subterranean termites. It does not tell us who treated it. It does not tell us when it was treated, and it doesn't tell us what they used to treat it. But it was treated. We got a little bit of separation right there, and we got some cracks right in here. Coming on along, our air conditioning, our primary evaporator drain pipe does not drain water correctly, okay? So it does not drain into the drain. All of our faucets are exterior bib faucets. They do not have they do not have vacuum breaker ends on them. And then that's our main water shutoff valve to the house. Parallels on, perpendiculars off. These paving stones are beyond the scope of this inspection, but I got to tell you that they're not uniform. They're not dimensionally uniform, so they might be trip hazards. I don't know who needs to be walking on these. Probably not many people, for not many reasons, but just know that they are a trip hazard, even though I'm speaking to it, even though it's not part of what I'm doing. These are our vents. This is going good. We got painted brick. Okay, brick is an excellent building material. This house could burn down, you can reuse the brick. And it's low maintenance, except when you need to repoint it, because I'm showing you these cracks and stuff like that. But outside of that, it's pretty much basically maintenance free. Like that brick wall over there would be maintenance free. This brick wall has been painted. Now you get to paint the wall. Not today, because it's been painted recently, but not too long in the future as a routine maintenance. If you want to keep this look for routine maintenance, now you're going to be painting the wall. Whereas if he wants to keep this maintenance, I say he, figuratively, it's our language. Okay, so if this house wants to keep this look, he doesn't have to do anything to it. If this house wants to keep this look, he gets to paint it. Coming along here, this is our condensing unit. It's been over-fused. overfused, meaning that the circuit breaker is larger than what the manufacturer specifies. So what that means is that this air conditioner can run longer and harder in a critical condition than it normally would have, because the electric circuit breaker is allowing it to do that. I wasn't able to get into this disconnect box because the screw, which is deficiency on its own, because the screw is rusted closed, and that box should be sealed on 3 sides, and we got the wrong type of refrigerant, and we do not have our Schrader valve caps. Look that up in the dictionary, but we do not have anti-theft Schrader valve caps. Don't have Schrader valve caps at all. Okay. Coming along here, our condensing unit is not level. It's not level. So that way, I mean, these it runs on R22, by the way. No longer manufactured in the United States, no longer imported in the United States. Do they have stockpiles of it? They got some. I know, because I have an R22 system in my house. Alright? I know my system's obsolete. I know that the next time an air conditioning guy comes out to my house, that they're going to tell me that it's time, bud. We just need to think about upgrading, updating, moving on up. And they'll be telling me that rightfully so. And that's probably going to be a conversation that you should expect to hear as well. So this system's like 18 years old. It's engineered on paper to last 20. Las Vegas is going to give you 14. So it's time. Now we're doing 410A. Now they're phasing out 410A. You've missed a whole cycle. And we missed a whole cycle. Yay! We skipped the 410A thing. Now we're going to go to the newer refrigerants. Now, according to the Texas Real Estate Commission, it's either on or it's off. It's performing the function for which it's intended, or it's not. Or it wasn't installed properly, so that's why I'm going to get the insulation and the valve caps and it being crooked. Okay, so, or it's a safety issue that somebody should be made aware of. And but they don't care how old something is. But you might care how old your HVAC system is. We got some separation between our walls right here. This pipe right here is our secondary drain line. Remember when I was showing you the primary drain line over here? Remember when I was showing you this drain line over there? Okay, and it was missing? Okay, that's the primary. It's supposed to drain. When this is draining, you have an emergency. When this is draining, you got a problem with your evaporator coil. When this is draining, you need to call somebody out here to fix this. Okay, well, you're calling somebody out to fix it. Yeah, I'm calling somebody out to fix it. How'd you know? Because I was looking out the window. This is supposed to be discharging in an obvious location. Okay, it's not supposed to be out of sight. It's supposed to be over this window. It's supposed to be over that window. It's supposed to be over a conspicuous location, so that when it is leaking, people will know. Nobody's going to know that's leaking. Coming on along. Oh, we got some French drains out here. We got a big surface drain. That's kind of nice. Okay. Kind of nice. The separation between the walls, got a crack right in here. We got party lights. Yay, everybody loves a party. The light's out. Don't worry, Missy. I'll change it. Ah! No, these are not supposed to be so low. They're not supposed to be in a permanent application. It looks like something you find at my house, but no, that's not the way they're supposed to be. Coming on along. You'd probably find a hammock at my house too. This is where the gas enters the house. One of the places where the gas enters the house. This is kind of interesting, because I just took a picture of this, but it's not this. Okay, that's fine. This is where the gas enters the house. Parallel is on, perpendicular is off. See all these rusty pipes? They should be painted. Now I'm going to jump around here a little bit. Try to stay things, you know, I know I'm difficult. See that wood box around there? That's conducive to wood destroying insects. Okay, so is that form board that was left in there. This one's been painted. This is one that threw me for a loop. This one's been turned off. This is a decommissioned gas valve. I should have noticed that when I was looking at that. It's nice that it's painted so it doesn't get corroded, but this gas valve has been decommissioned. It's been turned off. We've run a different gas line in here, haven't we? We sure have. We run this gas line right over here. Look at that. Look at that cute little gas line. Just needs a little bit of paint and we'll be doing all fine. Okay. There's our water. I'll turn that on. Little gaps between our windows and our framework, and those cracks and going up. On and on. Decommissioned gas pipe, termite trap box, and all these form boards around here. You know, that's expansion joints. I should have but they weren't. The siding, okay, comes down to the ground, to the floor, to the patio porch surface. No, there's supposed to be about an inch gap underneath there so the water doesn't wick up into the wood like it has and rot like it has. Okay, it won't wick up into the wall like it has and rot like it has, so it won't do that. A little bit of cracking right in there. This screen is in pretty bad shape. It's kind of a shame. I like it too. Moving on along, got to get through the party lights. Ah! Meter should have been sealed on 3 sides. We got a lot of pressure on the meter. The head doesn't go 3 feet above the ground, and we do not have a drip loop on our piping on our line coming in here. Then we come down here, we got too much pressure, and so as it's pulling this way, okay, it's teeter-tottering. It's pulling this way. It's pushing this end out, and it's causing the meter to turn like that. And so this needs to be reinforced when you get your new roof, okay, because this roof is not a new roof. Okay, and also look at this. See that? That's a wind turbine. Okay, that's an exhaust vent. And we come over here and in other places. I meant to bring this up a little sooner. I was thinking about, it's probably the soonest I could. But anyway, come over here. Those are gable vents. They are passive. Intake and outtake. Okay, exhaust, intake and exhaust. There you go, bud. So we've got our intake and exhaust. That's a water heater. When I was on the roof video just a minute ago, I said I thought that was a laundry vent, and it's not, and it's the water heater, and so that's fine. We do not have a storm collar on it though. Huh, okay. Keep looking, bud. So we got this exhaust vent over here. We got 2 of them, these turbines. Alright, so we've got mixed exhaust. Code says you're supposed to have 1 system, not multiple systems, not mixed systems. So they're trying to get more ventilation in the attic. Probably does some good, but it doesn't meet the intent of the code either. There's our fireplace, and we don't have any counter flashing, and our flashing has gaps in it, and wind-driven rain can get up in there. Sure can. And we got this big crack right here, and that crack's been sealed. And then we got people calling us, as they're wanting to do. Mr. Risk. Okay, the garage door casement is in direct contact with concrete, and then they've gone and they opened it up. What did they do here? There's a little lizard. Okay, what is this? Yeah, they were real nice about it. See how they just mitered that in like cabinet work? They said, okay, cut out the rotten part and put fresh wood in here. But let's not fix the problem we had in the first place so that it can rot some more. Okay, so they should have put a 1-inch gap, 2-inch gap underneath there to keep water from wicking up and rotting it like it obviously has, so that you don't have to repair it like it's obviously been. And then, okay, it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. Tree roots grow, man. Tree roots grow. Got some siding all along this side. Say hi to Mia for me. This is our closed drawer vent. We're not supposed to put screens or cages on our closed drawer vents because they get clogged like that one's been clogged. And that one's not the right size. It's no longer the right size. So, coming on along. A little bit of separation right there on our vertical trim board. There's one of those gable vents like I was trying to talk to you about, the mixed ventilation. We got some more cracking through the walls a little bit. And this is just about, this might look familiar.